was called the race of the century. 40 million Americans tuned in to cheer for the ultimate underdog, a small, stubborn horse everyone had written off as too short and slow and too weak. But through grit, faith, and sheer belief in the impossible, a forgotten horse became America's miracle. For Legends of Faith, I'm Rob Cutter.
The year was 1937. America was stuck in the Great Depression. People had lost jobs, homes, and hope. Then out of the shadows of despair, whispers began to spread across the land of a horse no one believed in. He was small, slow, and stubborn. He lost his first 17 races. Trainers called him a failure and sold him for almost nothing. It was beginning to look like he was finished and was heading for the glue factory. But then by divine intervention, other plans were being made. This is the amazing story of one of the greatest racehorses of all time, Seabiscuit. Charles Howard was a successful businessman whose heart had been deeply hurt. He had lost his young son in a tragic car accident, and the pain left him searching for something to hold on to. In the midst of his heartbreak, Charles was drawn to this small, forgotten horse that everyone else had written off. Something stirred deep within, a quiet hope, a gentle faith that perhaps new beginnings and second chances could arrive in the most surprising ways. Charles turned to Tom Smith, a quiet, mysterious trainer known as the Cowboy Whisperer. Where everyone else saw a broken horse, Tom saw a hidden spark of fire. He trained Seabiscuit in his own gentle way. Long runs across the open desert, building trust through patience and silence. No harsh whips, no yelling, just belief in what the horse could become. Tom lived by a simple truth. Every creature carries a spark from above, waiting to shine. Then came Red Pollard, the jockey. He was a tough, hot-tempered former boxer who had switched to horse racing. A brutal fight had left him blind in one eye, and as a boy, he'd been abandoned by his family. Life had knocked him down hard, but inside, Red burned with the same fierce grit and fighting spirit as Seabiscuit. Together, this raging team of misfits embarked on an adventure that would captivate the nation. Seabiscuit's change was nothing short of miraculous. He burst onto the racing scene with sudden power. Wins came one after another, starting with smaller tracks, then stunning upsets against the biggest names. Crowds gasped in disbelief as this small, knobby-kneed underdog thundered past the tall, polished champions everyone expected to win. But trouble struck hard again. Red Pollard's leg shattered in a terrible fall. Then Seabiscuit tore a tendon in his front left leg. Doctors shook their heads and said, "Retire them both." The whole country waited, holding its breath. Yet in the quiet of barns and hospital rooms, faith never gave up. Prayers lifted up, determination burned bright. Slowly they healed, not by luck, but by stubborn hope and quiet trust.
But could this battered team conquer the unbeatable? In faith, the impossible becomes possible.
It was Tuesday afternoon, November 1st, 1938. The racetrack was bursting with large crowds. It was the race of the century. Seabiscuit against War Admiral. War Admiral was the unbeatable Triple Crown champion. Tall, perfect, and the East Coast favorites. Odds were 4-1 in his favor. Seabiscuit, on the other hand, was just the opposite. The scrappy people's horse. The West, bold underdog nobody expected to win. 40,000 fans packed the stands, and 40 million folks back home were listening on the radios across the country. Hearts pounding, waiting for the impossible to happen. Tensions were crackling like lightning. Then the bell shattered the air.
And they're off, and this is a go. And Georgie Wolf is up the whip on Seabiscuit to key him up. And they're coming to me head and head. War Admiral on the inside. Wolf is driving Seabiscuit, and Seabiscuit is outrunning him. Seabiscuit
Neck and neck, hearts pounding, dirt flying in fury. Pollard crouched low, whispering fierce encouragement like a prayer in the storm. In the final stretch, it was pure magic. Seabiscuit dug deeper.
Seabiscuit by 3. Seabiscuit by 3. Seabiscuit is the winner by 4 lengths.
The roar of the crowd was deafening. America erupted in joy. A nation on its knees rose cheering. In that moment, hope was reborn. Even after he retired, Seabiscuit's story lives on. He spent his final years in peace on a quiet farm, fathering new generations of champions. His legacy endures as a shining testament. When hope and faith take hold, even the most unlikely underdog can change everything.
Keep the faith. Miracles awaits. Be sure to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts below. See you next time.